Today I wanted to talk about dungeon theory in the old Grand Fantasia for you guys, since I know a lot of you guys follow me for Grand Fantasia Origin content, and there's been kind of a drought for that, and I'm sorry about that. So in the old dungeon runs, you'd have a full party, you would run to bosses, and you'd kill and repeat. Normally mobs you'd ignore unless there was something that you needed to get rid of them for. You would get to run as fast as you can, basically. There used to be something called Final Destination in dungeons, which means that you need to be in the area to complete the mission order, which means nobody could stand in the base and just wait for the bosses to be killed. Everybody had to run together. The role in the dungeon would depend on whatever class you're playing as. So like the Paladin or Templar would be the tank, because they have passive damage reduction and speed buffs. They needed to keep the aggro on them by using AoEs and buffs. The tank would suffer in durability, and it also would kind of suck if your teammates die and you have to stall and wait for them. The idea is for them to take the aggro of every single mob. The Berserker or Warlord was to deal damage to the boss, and then you also could interrupt the abilities using Bull Charge. You could also be a mage and assassin to do damage dealing too, but the Berserker was usually preferred because of the Bull Charge. Also, it had more consistent DPS versus like what the assassins had and like the DPH for mages. Then there's the Priest or Prophet. Their job is to revive and keep the party alive and buffed. You didn't even need good gear to be a Prophet. People would just accept you into their party just because of your class. So in the off chance the tank did die, it was a good idea for Prophets to have like a shield and tank gear. This is why I played Archangel before, because it's just it's a good class line. Sages and Mystics have the speed buff. It also has DPS and an auxiliary revive. So if you were an assassin or sage, you could do stealth runs where you'd go invisible and divide, and you would just go fight the bosses solo. Stealth runs, you had to be able to solo a boss on your own at the time, but the income was faster. If you were a ranger, you could probably still get into a party, but the thing was you're probably better off selling P level outside of dungeons because you're really good for selling P level for that. Field farming is really good for rangers. ACV, or Ancient City of Vines, was a very common one for stealth runs. And back in the day for mission orders, you could only get 5 mission orders a day. I really like the old way that dungeons run in Grand Fantasia, and I'm sad because I was joining the game during the time when people were just soloing dungeons and selling P-level inside dungeons and, you know, selling mission order runs. So I missed a lot of that, and I'm really sad I did. But of course I hear about it from other people I know who've played the game longer than I have. So yeah, I just wanted to share what it was like to run a dungeon back in old Grand Fantasia, back when it was newer. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll make sure to have more content for you soon. Thank you, bye!